What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Big Cersei Takeover. I am back again with another episode of Creative Instinct. Yeah, I know. I hear it. So, today's topic, I think I want to discuss childhood trauma. And without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into our conversation and our drawing, because we don't want to wait, you know what I mean? Show you from yesterday. We got Miss Ursula, scared, mad, hot, red, so many things going on with Miss Ursula. Oh, and her fur jacket she on her Corella DeVille shit. You see it. So, the time is 5:05 p.m. All right, let's go. What time I said it was? 5:05. What's today? The 3rd, December 3rd. December 3rd, 2023, 5:05 p.m. Alright, I'm gonna get that squared away. Let me zip this up. I am not selling nothing. So, with the topic at hand, childhood trauma. Trauma is the name of the motherfucking game. Trauma. How are you dealing with your trauma? Oh, wait a minute. Can't get started before we do our lines, right? How are you dealing with your trauma? Did you let your trauma become you? Are you currently letting it become you? Or are you trying to unlearn all that shit? Because a lot of people are fine. Like, a lot of people are fine with it. Me, in the way that I'm going, dang, she's not really gonna have no neck, but that's okay. But anyway, childhood trauma is not an easy thing to even overcome, for one thing. Childhood trauma is very, very traumatic. Child trauma can create you into the person that you are today. Childhood trauma can also be a lot of people use it as a guide on how they gonna treat their kids, you know what I'm saying, because it was done to them type shit. Me personally, bitch, keep that trauma away from me. I don't plan on bringing no babies into this world and putting them through the same trauma I've been through, because it's just not fair. Dang, these eyes already fucked up. That's okay. Childhood trauma, a lot of people don't even deal with it. A lot of people act like the shit don't exist and the shit don't bother them to a certain extent. And it's like, bitch, you know for a fact that you are hurt and bothered. And I'm not telling nobody to be hurt and bothered and to go through life being hurt and bothered. But at some point, we have to put a cap on it. We got to put a cap on the trauma. And we have to stop feeding that to the next generation. We cannot continue to feed the next generation that trauma shit. We just can't. I want to try something new with a nose today, but I don't know if it's gonna work. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Because I don't Is that a dog barking? Because what the fuck is they doing to him? I'm confused. Oh yeah, they're gonna have a different nose. Let me see if it's gonna work first. Childhood trauma should not define you. However, childhood trauma should also not be ignored and avoided, because there's a lot of shit that happens when you avoid that type of shit. And the thing about it is, everybody is operating rooted in trauma. It don't matter how bad you say you healed, how much you say you've healed. Everything and everybody is rooted in trauma. Trauma. Everything is rooted in that. And it's like, you can't just live like that. Some people, you know, take it and create things. Some people take it and, you know, become drug addicts. Some people take it. Just really depends on you. And when shit goes unaddressed, and a lot of people can sit here and blame their parents, you know, oh, my mom didn't address this, or, you know, this is this and this is that, which, you know, that's a lot of the case for a lot of us. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that it's up to us. Yes, it is our parents' doing, so it should be their undoing. But realistically, that is not the world we live in. Realistically. Realistically, that is not where we are with it. What's up with this? How is this gonna turn up? So what do you do to deal with your trauma? Are you inflicting trauma on another person, on another family? Are you raising your kids the same way you were raised in that trauma? Or are you trying to make a difference? Making a difference is not easy. And it's not what people think it is. But it has to be done. Because certain shit is really unacceptable in the way that our lives are turning out to be. That's a little weird, don't y'all think? I don't like that. I don't know. Maybe I could keep working on it. I don't know. It's just uneven, unorganized. I never drew a turned up nose before, so I kind of want to still draw it. But I'ma just do this. I'ma just leave it however it look, and that's how we gonna do that. We gonna try our best to get it right, and we gonna leave it. Yeah. Traumatic things happen in our lives. Shit that we can't even come back from. Shit that we really can't even heal from. And shit that sometimes, most of the time, we really don't even understand why it had to be us that it happened to. But, you know, it's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of the life's journey. Life's journey is always going to bless you. You will always be blessed with different tactics and mechanisms, but you also have to learn how to maintain and come up out of that. If that's not who you want to be for the rest of your life, you have to figure out how the fuck to get out of that. You can't just, you know, you can't just sit there and act like shit is cool, because it's not. It's not. And a lot of the times, like I said before, when shit is not addressed, us as a people, we end up self-destructing. We end up self-destructing as a people. And it's no good, because when we self-destruct, who wins? Because it's definitely not you if you're destroying yourself. Who wins? The trauma wins. At some point, we all got to look into ourselves and figure out what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on? Why is it this way? And how can we fix it? 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 And a lot of people don't even realize that they're under attack and traumatized because shit just goes the way that it's been going for them for so long. A lot of people don't even realize the danger that they are in. You have to regulate yourself. You got to make sure that you stay regulated. Keep your emotions regulated. Keep your path clear. Keep your mind clear. Because if you don't deal with your trauma, you become your trauma. Your trauma will eat your ass alive. Your trauma will eat your ass alive. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Your ass will be eaten alive by the shit that is hurting you. You will be consumed by those things. And then when you start bringing in your children into the world, all of the shit that you hated about your parents, all of the things that were done that you felt like were unfair, and you know, granted, most likely were unfair, and no child probably shouldn't have had to go through that, excuse me. But you end up inflicting the same type of pain and neglect on your children. And then what? And then what? Because after that, after you do that, then guess what? The cycle continues. The cycle continues, because when your child has children, that's exactly the way that they're going to raise them. When that children have children, it just goes on and so forth. So you have to really make a conscious decision on what type of life you're trying to provide for yourself and for the people that you are responsible for. The family that you are responsible for. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Because you really can't. There's no way around it. And that's the thing a lot of people think. A lot of people think there's no way around it. I mean, a lot of people think that there is a way around it. A lot of people think that they don't have to deal with that trauma, the trauma that was inflicted on them as children, or their abandonment issues, mommy issues, daddy issues, whatever. But all of that shit plays a part when you grow up and you living on your own. All of that shit plays a big part. Do y'all hear that dog? What's going on with it? What they doing to him? You have to make sure that those things are being looked into. You have to tap in and break these generational curses that have been plaguing us. We have to, like, that's just one part of it. Like, trauma, childhood trauma, and young adulthood trauma, and relationship trauma. Trauma is just the name of the fucking game. Trauma. Like, shit be going on. Shit be really going on. It's just a matter of self-awareness. It's a matter of self-reflecting. It's a matter of all of these things. Because at the end of the day, no matter what they told you, you matter. You matter. And your feelings are valid. And the shit that you went through is valid. Oh yeah, I like that nose. It's kind of cool. So now, all right. So, if you do have children, are you re-inflicting the same childhood trauma onto those children? Or are you doing your very best so they don't have to relive that? So they don't have to go through what you went through and come to you 20 years later on some shit like, mama, now we need to talk. That's the real question. Like, what's going on? Are you raising your child in a childhood that they're gonna have to heal from? Like you had to, or like you not, or like you avoided, and you crying every day, and you feel so out of place and misplaced and all these things, really in reality because you're not addressing that shit. You just feeding. Now when you get older, that shit it can easily become a addiction to anything. You can be addicted to men, you can be addicted to women, you can be addicted to sex, you can be addicted to food, you could be addicted to drugs, you could be addicted to alcohol, you could be addicted to pills, you could be addicted to everything. Anything that is outside of yourself is what you will be addicted to. You will have an addiction to everything that is not you. And when you addicted to anything, when you addicted to things, because I've had my run-ins with addiction. I ain't never been addicted to no hard drugs, nothing like that, but I definitely have been addicted to people and, feelings and shit like that is not beneficial for me at all, in the slightest. So it's really a matter of what's going on, like what are you gonna do, Like, are you going to rise up and look into yourself and really take yourself serious and value yourself and, heal from all of that trauma? Or do you just plan to let it be what it is? Because a lot of people are fine with the way that things are until there's nobody around. Until there's nobody around and the motherfucker have to sit with they self. But people be so fucking traumatized, they can't even sit with they self because they hate they fucking self. But they want a motherfucker to sit with them all day. When in reality, like, you hate your fucking self. Like, you hate who you are. You hate everything about you. So why would you think that I want to hang with you if you don't even want to hang with you? You don't even want to hang with your goddamn self. So why would I want to come out of my body and out of my way on some shit like, oh yeah, let me hang out with this person every day, all day, with all of their bad habits and bad addictions, and really then that shit start falling off on me or you, whoever, And now you confused about who the fuck you are, because really you've done the work. People not doing that work. People don't want to do that work. The work is too hard for people. People don't want to do that. People are content. People think that life goes on and things happen to them. No, things happen for you. Things happen in life to push you to the next level, to push you to the next step. It's just like the Matrix. You want the red pill or the blue pill. Like, you want to go down this street or this street. Because one street, you just feeding into your negative emotions, dealing with your childhood trauma. Because that's all this life is childhood fucking trauma. That's all it is. That's all it is. This entire life is just childhood fucking trauma. Like, childhood trauma. And then they tell you to find yourself, you know, once you get older, after they fucking beat you down your entire life about who you are or who you trying to be. They beat you down your entire life, and then guess what? They tell you to find yourself when you grow up. And then you find yourself, and guess what you find? You find out that you still have the same desires and the same wants, and the same things that make you happy are the same things that made you happy when you were a child. Same things. It's the same things, like, but everybody want to make it seem like it's something else. It's nothing else. It's really just looking inside of yourself, and everything that they told you as a child, like, oh, shut up, or nobody want to hear that, or nobody want to see that, or whatever. It's really just about parenting yourself. Parenting yourself in order to heal from childhood trauma. That's a part of the thing. That's a part of the game. That's a part of the healing process. Because if you're not parenting yourself, and you still looking for your mama and them to parent you, your mama, daddy, whatever, whoever, to parent you after you get to a certain level and a certain age, and you know damn well that they wasn't no good for you in your childhood, it's like, damn, what do you really want? Do you want to be traumatized over again for the second time? Because our parents really don't have it all. They don't have it all. You don't have the answers, Sway. They don't have the answers. They don't know. They living this life just like we is. But you have to reparent yourself. Get yourself into yourself. Get into yourself, take yourself serious, and heal all of those wounds. All of those things they told you can't do or don't do, you have to heal that shit. Because me personally, a little something I do to make sure that I'm parenting myself and make sure that I'm healing my generational trauma and my childhood trauma. When I go into any store, bitch, if I see it, I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch every goddamn thing in the store. Because when I was growing up, my mama used to get so fucking mad at me if I wanted to, like, touch something in the store or, like, whatever. Because of reasons unknown. I don't know. Maybe it was a bigger reason, you know, I don't know. But that's always what it was. That's always what it was. Like, so now, this day and age, I make sure that everything I see in the store, if I like how, I'm going to touch it. You know why? Because ain't nobody here telling me not to. And I'm not hurting anybody. Like, I'm not hurting nobody. I'm literally just touching shit that I want to touch. Like, I'm not stealing it. And it's like, that's something small that I do. But that's it. Like, my partner always be on some shit like, why do you do that? Why do you do that? Because when I was a kid, I couldn't. I used to get in trouble for shit like that. Like, just for, you know, being curious. Just for being a curious child. I was always in a lot of trouble for just being me. And just wondering why. And just wanting to know things and asking why. I was always under scrutiny for that. Always. always under scrutiny, under attack, because I want to see what something is, what's going on. Like, and if some shit don't make sense to me as a child, I'm gonna ask questions because I want to know. Like, you not finna just tell me on any goddamn thing. I don't give a fuck who you think you are, bitch. I want to know. I need to know. I need to know. Like, even if it was never benefiting me in any type of way, I never gave a fuck about that. I still wanted to fucking know. I still wanted to know. And it's like, I'm gonna find out because I want to know. Somebody gonna tell me something. But as a child, they would tell my ass, shut the hell up, stop asking so many questions. You think you grown? I don't think I'm grown. I just want to know why in the fuck grown people ain't got no goddamn common sense. That's it. I don't think I'm grown. I'm just trying to see why in the fuck y'all ain't acting grown around this bitch. But everybody mad at me. Fuck. Story of my fucking life. Everybody stay mad at my ass. Who gives a fuck? Because I don't. Do I look like I give a... Because I don't. But real shit, y'all. At some point, we gonna have to pick up the pieces and heal your own trauma, your own pain. Because it ain't no way in hell that you could think that the same motherfucker who put you through the same pain and who is continuously putting you through the same pain with a narcissistic tendencies and, you know, with all these fucking excuses that everybody have these days about why this and why that, like whatever the fuck. You can't expect them to help you feel better about you. You have to automatically feel like that about you, or you have to make sure that you love you. You have to love you, because if you don't love you, you will let another motherfucker come around and half-ass love you, and that's not what we doing around here. Like, you have to heal all the parts that hurt, all the shit that you don't tell nobody about, all the shit that builds up, all the little inklings that you get and the feelings that you get. You have to heal that shit, because it don't go away, and it don't get easier the more you keep avoiding it either. It just don't. It just don't. It don't get no better. And it just cannot keep going. How do I want to do this hair? I always got a problem when it comes to this fucking hair, bro. Damn. Hairstyles. I don't know. I'm so confused. Like, what the fuck? It's not that hard. Shit, maybe she could be bald. No, I want her to have hair. What kind? Swoop bang to the side, middle part, side part, bloopity bloop, bloop, bloop. You know what? I don't think I've... Oh, you know what? I did do a middle part. Well, let me see. Ooh, I'm ripping that. That's the middle part, but it's okay. I don't know. Some kind of hair, some type of style with that hair pushed back. Maybe a ponytail at the top and the back down. Yeah, I think that'll be cute. but she got a little wave.